Well, Queensland are throwing it all on the table. The selection of the hammer himself, Hasmio Tabuai-Fidow. That is a hard name to say. Sorry to any North Queensland fans if I've mispronounced that. But he is selected into the centre position for Queensland Maroons in their third game at the State of Origin against New South Wales. And he is going to be tasked with the most impossible mission in the rugby league today. He has to try and shut down Tom Trbojevic. Man. I'm going to tell you how he can do it, all right? I'm going to tell you the way that he should do it. It's going to be hard, and probably, look, I go for New South Wales, so I'm not really, hoping he does this. I'm hoping he doesn't do it. I'm just going to give you guys an insight on how he can do it. So there's one thing we know about Tom Trbojevic, and that's if you give him room or you give him an opening, he doesn't even second guess it. He takes it. That's why you see him sometimes in the middle of the field a lot. He follows the ball around. He follows the ruck, and if he sees a hole, or if he sees a tired forward, someone that's offside, he goes for it. He takes the ball and he goes. And the Manly players know this. Manly knows this. That's why they're so confident to give him the ball, because they know that he can make a line break or he can make some good meters. I was at the West Tigers game against Manly, and he did it so many times, like 4 or 5 times, where he followed the ball, and when he saw an opening, he took it. Tied forwards is his go-to. And just as deadly as he is in the inside, he's even more deadlier when he's on the outside parts of the field. And we've seen it in State of Origin. Kurt Capewell was exposed taking on the Tom Trbojevic. Exposed. Too much speed, too much agility, just couldn't keep up with him. And I feel like the reason because of that is because he was, I wouldn't say overwhelmed. He probably was overwhelmed, but on the field, he wasn't physical against Tom Trbojevic. He wasn't in his face. And that's the thing you got to do against Tom Trbojevic. And that's the thing that the Hammer needs to do. He needs to be physical. He needs to be tough. He needs to be in his face. He needs to make sure that he's not 5 or such meters apart from Tom Trbojevic. If he sees Tom running, he stays on him. If Paul Green wants to save his career at Queensland, if Sherry Evans wants to be the captain next year for Queensland, this is what he needs to tell the Hammer. You keep your eye on Tom Trbojevic and you do not take your eye off him. All right? Wherever he moves, you make sure you follow. Well, not follow, but you make sure you look. And if he's attacking on your side, you keep your eye on him. Okay? And if he gets the ball, you're in his face. They need to be in Tom's face. The Hammer needs to be in Tom's face. I see the Hammer being the future for Queensland. He's the future for Queensland. I don't watch much Cowboys games, but I've seen highlights of him, and he's pretty dynamite. He's a dynamite young kid, very exciting, very fast as well, and that's what's going to help him as well. He can keep up with Tom. He can keep up with Tom Trbojevic. All right. But he needs to make sure that if New South Wales is attacking on Queensland, if they're only 5 minutes away from their line, needs to be in his face. Cannot give him any meters. Can I see this happening? It's not impossible, but it's going to be very difficult for him. All right, and most likely he is going to get exposed in some parts. The thing about Tom is that he reads players so well, all right? If he sees a player that's not confident, that's his key. That's what makes him the best player in his world. Best player in his world. He picks up weaknesses, all right? Like tied forwards rushing back to the line, or if the defense line is not moving up and meeting the attack halfway. That's all Tom needs. If you give Tom an opening, then it's game over. It's a guaranteed try for Turbo Tom. But look, I reckon the Hammer will do well. I reckon the Hammer will score a few tries, and he's very agile. So on the attack, he could even give Tom some pressure. But in defense, he needs to get physical. He needs to be up in Tom's face. He needs to make sure he doesn't, work his magic and just shut him down all the time. And he's got his he's got his second row and his winger with him, and they probably know the same thing as well. So, well, good luck to the Hammer. Good luck to Hasmio Tabuai-Fidow. Again, if I've mispronounced that name, I'm sorry. I reckon he will do well, but look, my tip, it's a 3-0 whitewash, baby. New South Wales to take it in Newcastle. Oh, it's been a long time since we've seen that, so it'll be really great to just see it happen. But that's my thoughts. That's how I think the Hammer will stop Turbo. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.